Inna alhamdulillah wa salat wa salam ala wa rasulullah. We're going to go ahead and get started on the class for today. And we're continuing with the topic of how to benefit from the mistakes of the companions. We're at the part of history whereas Ali is the caliph, but he's facing a grave situation. He's been betrayed by his men, which was not a surprise to him. Muhammad ibn Abu Bakr, who he had appointed to be the governor over Egypt, proved to be immature for the job. And as a result, Muhammad ibn Abu Bakr had been murdered, horrifically murdered. And Muawiyah was taking advantage of the situation that Ali was in and was preparing to do war in Egypt, to take control of Egypt from Ali. And this is where we will pick up today, how Muawiyah made his move. Well, again, let's first review the helpless state that Ali was in. When Ali learned about how Muhammad ibn Abu Bakr had been murdered, and how Muawiyah and his men had taken over Egypt, Ali became very upset. He wrote a letter to his cousin Ibn Abbas. Everybody know who Ibn Abbas is? He was another eminent companion, one of the ones that narrated most of those hadiths we read. He was the one who the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam made dua for, asking Allah to bless him with a deep understanding of the Quran and everything else. Well, Ali sent a letter to Ibn Abbas, and he gave a speech to the people. He said, "O people, in this hour of need, you have abandoned me. Falsehood has overcome the truth, and no one is coming forth on behalf of the truth to support me." He said, "I have lost Egypt. I have also lost a loyal son who will avenge his death. Is there not a spark of faith left in any of you to fight for the cause of Allah? What has happened to the oath of allegiance that you guys gave to me? Why are you being deaf and dumb?" Every day, Ali went to that pulpit, and every day he gave speeches like this, trying to get the people to support him of this situation. And remember, guys, Muawiyah was a mastermind. He was a son of Abu Sufyan. A great Qurayshi leader. He had charisma. He was handsome. He was a very fierce warrior. He was also related to the Prophet Muhammad too. They were cousins. Okay. So Muawiyah chose to take advantage of this situation. And how did he do it? He did it by spreading propaganda. He spreaded propaganda against Ali. Now remember, just like Ali didn't felt that if he began a vigorous propaganda campaign against Ali, letting the people know how Ali breached a contract by not stepping down. Remember how Amir ibn al-As tricked Abu Musa Ash'ari into removing Ali as caliph, and then he appointed Muawiyah? Well, Muawiyah played with this. He said Ali didn't step down like he agreed to do. Okay, which was half the truth. So he spread this campaign all out through Egypt. Now remember, guys, many of the tribes in Egypt and also Basra too were pro-Othman. But they were bribed They were bribed to carry on propaganda against Ali. Okay, Muawiyah knew how to get them to carry propaganda against Ali, and they did. Okay, to try to demean him. And this is what people do today. If a person wants to take you down, they spread lies about you, make up stories about you, and get people to keep spreading it around until people start listening and believing it. And that's what Muawiyah did. Also, Muawiyah tried to create trouble in Basra. Basra was the first place he went to. Now remember, Basra was the place that Aisha fought. She brought many of the people responsible for murdering Uthman to justice. She executed many of them. Remember, she was successful with her campaign in Basra. But there still were rebels there too, because remember, Basra and Kufa were. So Muawiyah developed a game to incite the rebels of Basra to create trouble against the people who were there in Basra supporting Ali. Okay? He wanted the people in Basra to throw off the ones who were in support of Ali, to throw off their allegiance to him. And who was the governor of Basra at this time? The governor of Basra at this time was Ibn Abbas. Ibn Abbas was, Ali had made him the governor of Basra after he had become caliph. Okay? Ibn Abbas' decision was given. But when he returned to Basra, that's when he received the news, the letter from Ali about how he was so upset over the death of Muhammad ibn Abu Bakr. So Ibn Abbas said, well, let me go back to Basra so I can comfort Ali. Him and Ali were good friends. He was one of the few companions at that time that was giving his support to Ali. That was true or not. They didn't have DNA testing back then. But Muawiyah said that, hoping that that would get Ziyad to support him, hoping that would make Ziyad turn against Ali, hoping that Ziyad would look at Muawiyah as being his brother and then turn against Ali. But it didn't work that way. Okay? After Ibn Abbas left for Basra, left Basra for Kufa, Muawiyah sent an army of 2,000 horsemen under the command of a man named Abdullah ibn Amir al-Hadrami, who was one of Uthman's cousins. But he told them, you're not going to fight. He said, I want you to go there peacefully. And once you get there, he said, I want you to exploit the differences amongst the tribes in that area. Try to turn them against Ali. And that's what they did. When they arrived in Basra, the Syrians became the guests of the tribe of Tamim, which is a tribe that was known for its sympathy to Uthman. So al-Hadrami told the tribe of Tamim that Muawiyah had been elected as caliph. Ali refused to step down. He played on their sympathy and their love for Uthman to get them to turn against Ali. It worked. They turned against Ali and they took an oath of allegiance to Muawiyah. They declared Muawiyah to be the caliphate over the Muslims. Okay? Also, there was a sizable section of the people of Basra who had originally sided with Aisha during the Battle of the Camel, to revoke their allegiance to Ali too. And they did. And they swore their allegiance to Muawiyah as well. So when Ziyad, who was the governor of Basra at the time, because Ibn Abbas was away, he was forced to seek protection. When he saw that his people were turning against Ali and siding with Muawiyah, he didn't do it. Even though Muawiyah claimed he was his brother, he didn't fall for it. He had no choice but to seek refuge and protection from the Az tribe, which was another large Arabic tribe in that area. And so thus Basra was torn into two different sides, ruled by two different tribes, the Tamim tribe in support of Ali and the Az tribe in support of, the Tamim tribe in support of Muawiyah and the Az tribe in support of Ali. Okay? So Ali's government in Basra ceased to function independently, and his government only lay in the hands of the Az tribe. And this is when Ziyad wrote a letter to Ali telling him what had happened in Basra. And Ali did send a small army from Kufa to try to, help with this situation. And the army that he sent was headed by a man who belonged to the Tamim tribe. But they ended up killing him and not listening to him. And when this man was killed, this is when Ziyad planned military action against the tribe of Tamim. But they ended up going into a peace agreement and to maintain the status quo, and the military action could not be undertaken. So here you can see Muawiyah was very successful in creating dissension, and very successful in getting the supporters of Ali to recant their support. Ziyad sent another letter to Ali, letting Ali what was going on. Ali sent another man, Ibn Qadama. He sent him to try to talk to the tribe of Tamim, because he was from that tribe too, to try to win them over. And he did meet some success. Many of the tribe of Tamim ended up supporting him and coming back to the side of Ali. And what this man, Ibn Qadama, did was he went to the home of El-Adrami, who was the man whom Muawiyah sent. And he set his house on fire and killed him and his men. So they burnt the Muawiyah's general, they burnt him to death in his own home. And so thus Ali was able to regain control back of Basra. In the meantime, Ibn Abbas returned from Kufa, and he assumed his office of governor of Basra. He thanked Ziyad for a good job in his absence. He thanked Ziyad for helping to get control of the state. And now Ibn Abbas was back to take the lead. But that was not the end of the problems. Remember, Muawiyah was a mastermind. When Ibn Abbas arrived back to take control of government, allegations were made against him. They accused Ibn Abbas of embezzling money from the treasury. They said that they checked the money in the treasury, and Ibn Abbas had stolen many amounts of money for his own personal gain. So a letter was sent to Ali of the charges against Ibn Abbas. Ibn Abbas denied the charges. He told Ali, this is a lie. I didn't steal anything. Ali said, well, turn in your receipts. To prove your innocence, turn in the receipts. Ibn Abbas refused to turn in receipts. He said, because if you want me to turn in receipts, that means you think I'm guilty. He said, and I'm not turning in anything. Instead, what Ibn Abbas did was he resigned from his office, and he left and went back to Mecca. But when he left, he took all the money that was in the treasury back with him. And they say when he arrived in Mecca, he took that money and bought a bunch of beautiful slave girls. You know, in Islam, a man is allowed to have as many right-hand possessions as he wants. They say Ibn Abbas spent all that money on a bunch of right-hand possessions. And when Ali learned about this, Ali sent Ibn Abbas a letter asking him, how could you do this? How could you steal the money and then leave and go back and resign and go back to Mecca? You were wrong. This is a haram. And Ibn Abbas wrote him a letter back saying, you think what I did is wrong. Look at you. You're having Muslims kill Muslims. You're responsible for the death of many Muslims. And you're doing it just for your own personal power. That broke Ali's heart. Because out of all the people close to him, he thought that Ibn Abbas understood him the best. He thought that Ibn Abbas knew that this was not a personal vendetta that Ali had. Ali was doing this for the sake of Allah, not for personal gain. So this was the final betrayal against Ali. To lose the support of Ibn Abbas, his cousin, his friend, Ali felt ultimately betrayed. And just so you guys know, there's also other opinions about why Ibn Abbas took the money. Some people say that Ibn power and take control of the money. But there's really not much evidence of that. Then the Shiites, which we could care less about them, the Shiites claim that Ibn Abbas was never removed, that he was governor until after Hassan. But this isn't correct at all. The first view is the one that's most likely correct. The first view that I gave you was the one that's most likely correct. He took the money, resigned, went back, bought slave girls, and him and Ali fell out against each other. So thus you can see the situation that Ali is in. Once again, he's back to square zero. He has no support. And you can see Muawiya. Muawiya is the mastermind, the political genius. He was successful in turning the people against Ali. He was successful in destroying the friendship between Ibn Abbas, an eminent companion, and Ali. So what happened now? Ali did regain Basra. But was that enough? Stay tuned tomorrow to find out what happened. So we'll stop right here for today. Tomorrow I'm going to give you a quiz to cover what we discussed, and we'll pick up with what happened after this. What did Ali do? What did Muawiyah do? Where did they go from here?